Chapter 26. Stories of Bhakta Pant, Harish Chandra Pitale and Gopal Ambadekar. Inner worship. All the things we see in the universe are nothing but a play of Maya, illusion of the material world, the creative power of the Lord. It is only the Sadguru that opens the eyes of our understanding and enables us to see them in their true light and not as they appear. Hemad Pant speaks of a novel form of worshipping the Sadguru. He says, "Let us wash the Sadguru's feet with warm tears of joy. Besmear his body with sandal paste of pure love. Cover his body with the cloth of true faith. Offer 8 lotuses in the form of our 8 sattvic emotions and a fruit represented by the concentrated mind. Let us apply to his head bukka, black powder in the form of devotion. Tie the waistband of bhakti and place our head on his toes. Decorating the Sadguru thus, let us surrender at his feet and offer all our to him." Bhakta Pant. Pant was the disciple of another Sadguru residing at Virar. After seeking his guru's permission, he started off for Shirdi along with his friends, more due to their coercion and much against his wish. They reached the masjid at 11 a.m. On seeing the large crowd of devotees assembled for Baba's worship, they were all very pleased. Suddenly, Pant had a fit of epilepsy and fell down senseless. With Baba's grace and pitchers of water poured on his head, he regained consciousness very soon. The omniscient Baba, knowing Pant to be the disciple of another guru, assured him to be fearless and addressed him as follows: "Come what may, do not leave but stick to your support, your guru, and remain steady." Pant understood the significance of these remarks that reminded him of his Sadguru. This kindness and advice of Baba he never forgot in his life. Harish Chandra Pitale. This gentleman from Bombay heard of Sai Baba through discourses rendered by Dasaganu and learned of his ability to cure many incurable diseases by a mere glance or a caring touch. He came to Shirdi along with his wife and son who was suffering from epilepsy. After prostrating before Baba, he placed his ailing son at Baba's feet. No sooner had Baba seen the child, the boy rotated his eyes and fell down senseless. His mouth began to foam, the body started perspiring profusely, and it appeared as if the boy had breathed himself out. Baba comforted the wailing parents and asked them to take the boy to the lodging with an assurance that the boy would return to senses within half an hour. Lo, just as assured by Baba, the child regained consciousness and was completely cured of his epilepsy within a few days, to the delight of the Pitale couple. After enjoying Baba's company for a few days, when the Pitale family prepared to leave Shirdi, Baba blessed them with Udi and gave ₹3, saying, "I had given you ₹2 earlier, and now I give you ₹3. Place them in your shrine for worship, and you will be benefited." This being their first visit to Shirdi, Pitale failed to comprehend the mystery of the ₹2 given to him earlier. He returned to Bombay and narrated to his mother all that had happened at Shirdi. At first, his mother could not remember anything. However, after serious thought, she recollected that several years ago, Akkalkot Maharaj had blessed Pitale's father and has given ₹2 to place in their shrine. His father worshipped them till his death, and thereafter the puja was neglected and the rupees were lost. Pitale's mother opined that Akkalkot Maharaj, in the form of Sai Baba, had thus reminded him of his duties and revived the spirit of bhakti in him. He had advised Pitale to follow his ancestors and restart worshipping. Thus, Pitale was delighted and convinced of the all-encompassing nature of Baba. He understood the significance of his darshan and thenceafter became an ardent devotee. Mr. Ambadekar. Mr. Gopal Narayan Ambadekar of Pune was a devotee of Baba. He served the Abkari department for 10 years and retired from the Thane district in Jabhar state. Ambadekar tried hard to secure another job but failed. Heavily burdened by responsibilities and calamities, he suffered for 7 years and his condition worsened. Disappointed, he decided to commit suicide and came to Shirdi and stayed there for 2 months. One night, while sitting in front of Dikshitwada, he resolved to end his life by jumping into a well located nearby. However, Baba had other plans for him. Just at that very moment, the proprietor of a nearby hotel, Mr. Sagun, as if instigated by Baba, called out to Mr. Ambadekar and asked him to read a story related to the life of Akkalkot Maharaj. The story went as follows. During Maharaj's time, a devotee was suffering from an incurable disease. Desperate and unable to bear the agony and pain, he tried to commit suicide by jumping into a well. Immediately, Maharaj rescued him and enlightened him thus: every person must enjoy the fruits of his past actions, whether good or bad. If this be incomplete, he has to take another birth and suffer again. So, instead of killing yourself, suffer for some more time and be done with the store of unfinished misery. After reading the story, shown to him at the appropriate moment, Ambadekar was greatly moved and withdrew his decision to commit suicide. He became conscious of Baba's benevolent attitude, and his universal presence and his faith in Baba grew multifold. He secured Baba's blessings and his prospects began to improve. Thereafter, he studied astrology, gained proficiency, and through it earned sufficiently enough to pass the latter part of his life in ease and comfort. Om Namo Sayanathaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. End of chapter 26.